Good morning, good morning, good morning, Falcon fans everywhere. Falcon fans on Facebook, Falcon fans on Twitter. I don't call it X. Falcon fans on Instagram, Falcon fans on TikTok, Falcon fans on LinkedIn, Falcon fans everywhere. Good morning across all streams, all platforms, all devices. Good morning. Welcome to the 4MYATLSPORTS1 morning show. I have my compadres, my homies, my guys. We got Mr. Ronnie Thomas and Mr. Ladarius Brown and his band of renown. Unfortunately, C-Dub couldn't make it today, but we are going to try and carry on without him. And C-Dub, wherever you are, buddy, we wish you well. But you know how we do it on this show, guys. It's all about the music. So without further ado, see you in a minute. Good morning, and I want the world to know I'm such a better dancer than Ronnie Thomas. Once again, Ron and Ladarius are just sitting here preparing for the show. They don't dance, you know what I mean? And I guess I had to hold it down for me and C-Dub. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. Let's get some housekeeping out of the way. First and foremost, Deke Russell. Good morning, fellas. Is Jimmy gone yet? I don't know. I guess we are all on Jimmy Watch this week. Deke, good morning, brother. And Miss Pamela Johnson, Auntie Pam. Good morning, fellas, and everyone in the chat. Happy hump day. Happy hump day indeed. Fellas, Ronnie Thomas, how you doing this morning? This morning. How you doing?
I doing good. Shut your mother mouth.
I'm talking about Shaft. Good morning, Ladarius Brown. How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right, fellas. In the chat, good morning. Hoping all is well with all.
See how polite Ladarius is. You know what I mean? He's such a nice guy to everybody but me. I don't know why. You know what I mean? I don't know. But
so anyway, so Ron, it's always great to see you on the show. We're thinking of you. So
I gotta start early with him. I gotta start messing with him early. Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing on this Falcons morning? And wow, what a time. What a time to be a Falcons fan. We have so much going on. Of course, if you missed, the Falcons did not make the playoffs, although you'd have to be under a rock to miss it. The Falcons did not make the playoffs, unfortunately, and we have to live in that reality, and that is where we are, gentlemen. So let's take some time to talk about this morning. Our record was 8-9. So another losing year, losing record. We are second in the NFC South, which I guess that was better because we were third last year. Is that correct? We were third last year. So I guess we ended up second in the NFC South. Auntie Pam says Jimmy Lake is a fall guy. Dead man walking. Agreed, Auntie Pam. Second in the NFC South, Bucks win the division. Yuck. That's going to be hard sitting at Applebee's watching that game. But, or wherever you want to go. I mean, it doesn't have to be. It can be Texas Steakhouse, Texas Roadhouse. It can be Ruth's Chris. It can be any steakhouse you want. As you guys can tell, I'm a big fan of steak. Wherever you want to watch the game, unfortunately, the Falcons will be watching it. Ladarius, how are we feeling about this year, man? How are we feeling about everything that took place? Are you mad, Ladarius?
You know, I have mixed feelings, and it comes from this point of view. You know, let's focus on the positives. I think the positive that we saw is basically when you look at our offense. I feel very, very confident that our offense could potentially be a top 10 offense next season, potentially top 5.
Yeah,
Based on what we've seen from Michael Penix and how Bijan, you know, over 1,400 yards total, you know, and then scrimmage, you know, and then his work almost 2,000 yards total, like scrimmage yards. So Drake London 1,000-yard season. So there's a base to work on there. Now defensively, I'll go into it deep a little bit later. But what I will say is that defensively, there are much more questions than we have answers, because we started. It's kind of like when you look at a chart where like it was very low, like we weren't great, and all of a sudden we started peaking a bit, like, you know, for a month and a half, and all of a sudden, week 18, it just fell off a cliff. So now the question is, moving forward, we look at our coaching staff, and how do we assess the coaching staff? How do we assess the roster? Because listen, 8-9 is never the goal for most. Is for any, some teams would take 8-9, but for us, it felt like for much of the fan base, it felt like it should have been playoffs. So the question is, overall, me personally, I just feel that, hey, I feel great about our offense, but like defensively, we have questions. So that's my 2.5 cents on that.
We definitely have questions, brother. Ronnie Thomas, how are you feeling about this season? Talk to me, Ronnie. How you feeling?
I like the offense. I do. The defense, Jimmy Lake. I got something just for you, my boy. I've been studying all night. I know I pray to God you're not gonna be here, but Raheem Morris, I got a list for you. I don't know if you watching this. I hope you do. But I got a list of all these names. I got you.
Ladies and gentlemen, with a late addition and quite unexpected, oh, well, he was there and he was gone. So you have to ask yourselves, are we seeing things? Was that a C-Dub sighting, guys, or am I tripping?
Yeah.
Am I tripping?
Yeah.
Did we just see some C-Double?
Yeah.
Was that a hallucination? No, it wasn't a hologram. All right. Well, maybe he will return. I did not mean to interrupt you, Ronnie Thomas. Continue.
But this defense and this defensive coordinator, we got to talk about it. We
definitely got to talk about it, and we will. We will. As a matter of fact, you'll have your own segment where you get into the defensive coordinator and potential replacements. Is that correct, Ronnie Thomas?
And I want to say this to everybody watching in the chat. Put out who you would like to have as a defensive coordinator. Put it in the chat, please. There you go.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, you heard the man. So whoever in your perfect world, people, whoever you would love to have the defensive coordinator, drop them in there. Let us see it. Whoever your dream defensive coordinator would be for the Falcons, drop it in there this morning. Let's talk about it. All right, gentlemen. So, as the Falcons turn, Raheem had a press conference yesterday, I believe. Yesterday or the day before, one of them. The days they merged. Mm-hmm. And the mood seemed to be contrite. It was a little more humility, I would say, in it. Ladarius, did you get a chance to catch the interview?
I did see a fair portion of it, yes.
Okay. What are your thoughts on it?
I think we talked about it on the show. I think, to your point, T-Will, we saw a little bit of humility, which was kind of taken aback a bit. I think overall the feeling is that I think the honesty I think the expectations, I think you heard it in his voice, that listen, it's always disappointing.
Yeah,
The way we do, and I think in his voice, I think the tone was, listen, we're assessing everything, and at this point, look, when you go 8-9, like I said a few minutes ago, like listen, 8-9 is great for some franchises,
right.
but given the expectations, I felt like not going to get it done. So my takeaway from what I saw is that I think that we might see some changes from a personnel standpoint, because I don't think you can bring back, in terms of the coach, you can't bring them. I'm not going to put like who. I'll save that for Ron's amazing segment that's going to happen later. But we have to figure out what we're going to do with our rosters, our personnel in terms of coordinators, because look, there's great candidates and there's other defensive coordinator jobs that are open. So there's only so many candidates compared to so many openings. So that becomes a very tricky situation. How does Raheem handle that? I think he has a lot of tough decisions to make in the coming days on what he does with his roster in terms of his coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
Good point. That is a good point. Got to do some housekeeping. We got Miss Christy Lewis. I believe Christy is in Mississippi. Good morning, Christy. How are you doing this morning? A very Falcon fan. Always happy to see Christy. We got Mr. C-Dub, who is on the way or on his way. We got Tim Carter from Detroit. Good morning, Tim. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Glad you decided to join us this morning. Tim, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button at 4MYATLSPORTS1 on YouTube. Say again, the number 4, My ATL Sports, the number 1 on YouTube. We'd love to have you. Love to see more of you. D-Rub says Salah or Wilkes, maybe Ulbrich. I'm going Salah or Wilkes. I love them either way. Christy says, C-Dub, be careful out there. Auntie Pam says Robert Salah. Travis, good morning, Travis Peterson. How you doing? Travis says we need to go back to the 4-3 defense. Agreed, Travis. Agreed. Let's do it.
That too.
Agreed. Auntie Pam says, Christy Lewis, good morning, fellow Lady Bird. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Yeah.
All right. So, guys, Raheem did seem contrite yesterday, had his interview. We will get into what I call the 4 pillars of Raheem at a later time. These are just 4 focus points that he needs to work on going into the offseason. But, look, again, I'm a big fan of Raheem. I think he's great. I think he has some things to work out. I think that he, first year coach basically in a long time, made some errors. Some of them were costly. But look, I don't think any of us were perfect in our jobs in our first year. So let's give him a little grace. And, hopefully he will go into the offseason and come back focused and better next year. And ladies and gentlemen, I do not believe my eyes, but I have Mr. C-Double with lots of trouble this morning. How are you, sir? Welcome.
First of all, I hate to miss a show. I really do. And that's no BS. I really do, especially with my guys. So I had to come in and at least say something. But two, just want to say the only reason I'm not even here or I won't be here long is because I'm helping my son out. And I told him he owes me one after this.
Right.
So
you're being a good dad.
Yeah, just trust me, the foot needs to go up somewhere. So anyway, look, if you don't mind, let me cut a promo real quick. If I hate because I have had a lot of mixed reviews, if you will, a lot of mixed comments
pertaining to what?
To Raheem.
Okay.
And I really just want to call it out.
Okay. You're cutting out.
Simple. When a white guy says,
you cut out. I think Raheem cut your mic off.
Oh, you never said anything bad about
C-Dub, I think Raheem cut your mic off.
Yeah.
I think somebody cut your mic off on Raheem's behalf. Are you there? You're cutting in and out, C-Dub. Damn.
That's funny how that happened. Yeah, so people think that. Well, let me tell you, I was actually cut off on the radio station when I called and said after Super Bowl Sunday. They said, "Well, what do you think should happen?" I said, "We need to fire Dan Quinn." And they're like, "But he took us to the Super Bowl." It's like, who's attached to the worst loss ever? Keep Kyle or do something. This was unacceptable. We're all in depression. We're all in mourning, and I got cut off. Arthur Smith, I thought was the biggest bozo that we hired because he just didn't look. He did everything he was saying wasn't matching.
Right.
Because a guy that coached O-line, you're going, oh, he's going to get an O-lineman. No, he gets a tight end. And it's, so you have so many things, and I'm just saying as a point.
Right.
But I wanted him fired after the second year because I wondered if he was part of the Matt Ryan debacle. So let's not say, oh, because he's white, he wants the black guy out. No. Guys, I have asked one simple question. What was the expectation? What was the expectation? Because we all heard Raheem run his mouth, and the pros conference, I didn't even get to hear it all. Yeah, he sounded contrite. Yeah, he sounded a little humble. Why? Because he got his foot jammed up his butt. Because he got caught basically running the mouth, and you got humbled. This is why guys like me, guys like Marcus Washington, and a lot of other people, we just don't talk, show us.
Right.
That's all I'm going to say. And that's not saying. And by the way, if Arthur Blank came out and said, "Yeah, 8 wins was the expectation," well, then guess what, folks? The focus of my anger wouldn't even be near Raheem. It would be straight on our leadership. Because then I'm going to go, you have a roster that actually can compete. Because the last 3 years, we have competed for the division, even as bad as we've been. And you're telling me that you expected just one win better. So all I'm saying is we have to embrace a winning culture. This organization has not. The past 7 years has said so. And by the way, people go, well, what about 2016? What about 2015? Guys, look at the years before. I mean, it was Mike Smith that won us back-to-back seasons.
Yeah.
And look, I'm just saying I want to see accountability. And I know I hammer that word a lot, but I do mean it. And also, just walk the walk now. Stop being afraid. Because honestly, there's been times I think we're afraid to be a successful franchise now. But that's just my idea. And by the way, I never brought in color. I'm not bringing in,
C-Dub, nobody thinks that. All right, so let me step in here for a second. Hang on. Let me step in here for a sec. C-Dub, I've worked with you for the better part of 5-6 months now, and I know that is not the motivations. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know.
You're impatient with everybody. Okay. Yeah. So it's not just the black guy. Okay, guys, it's not. He's impatient with everybody. Okay. Look, C-Dub is a passionate guy. Now, I do not think Raheem needs to be fired, but guess what? C-Dub is entitled to his opinion. Right. And I have known him, and I know for a fact his motivations were not racially motivated. He just doesn't like Raheem. And guess what? This is America. You know what I mean? Look, there's some guys C-Dub's like that I don't necessarily care for, and there's some guys that I like to C-Dub, but C-Dub's still my friend. He's never said anything out of the way, and I know that was not his intention. And let's keep it about football. All right? I think we can establish C-Dub is not a fan of Raheem. Yeah. And guess what? That's okay. That's okay. But I believe him when he says that he was the same way with Dan Quinn as he was Arthur Smith. C-Dub is just one of those people that put up or shut up. And there's nothing wrong with that. Go ahead, Rob.
I gotta say this. I talked to C-Dub we're not gonna get all the way in it.
Don't.
But
Not,
it been a few people that been saying a few things, and I brought to see the attention.
Right.
And I've been knowing C-Dub for how long? Almost 3 years now.
Yeah, 2.5. Yeah.
And me and C-Dub, we like y'all who you like, who I like,
Right.
But it been brought to my attention that some people in this fan group say otherwise.
Well, but look, you can't control what people say, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So this is hang on. This is what I'm saying. I know C-Dub as a person.
Well, okay. Me too.
And I know C-Dub does not have a malicious bone in his body when it comes to people, ethnicity, hue of skin. This entire conversation is ridiculous because I know him. And we're going to dead it. We're not going to give it life. We're not going to do that.
But I'm actually talking about the actual reasoning.
I
and
get
that's
it.
all I'm doing. I'm not going there.
I got that. But honestly, the point is,
and I will say this, Raheem as a person, I actually don't mind him. I actually was one that defended and wanted him here. So I don't mind saying that. What I'm saying is, I just want to see if it's like this. I'm a guy that wants us to win. I'm tired of losing. And I want to see a guy that is going to wear that and actually look at these guys and work with these guys and not be flippant. But my thing is, if Raheem comes out, and by the way, guys, if Raheem comes out, the Falcons ball out, we go to the Super Bowl next year, I don't mind looking like the fool. I don't mind saying, hey, I got to eat my words. I'll eat them. It don't matter.
Yeah, my point is, whether you like Raheem or not, that's your prerogative to do it. And that has nothing to do with the hue or color of someone's skin. And that right there is a ridiculous statement. And we're not even going to get it live. We're not going to discuss it. Look, this is a podcast. We express our opinions about the coaching staff, about the team, about the players. We do it in a respectful way. We respect, hey, look, players play, coaches coach. We don't do that. But by the same token, we are entitled to like or dislike whomever we want to. And you cannot question someone's motivations based on their hue of skin. That is not fair. Okay. So again, I'm going to say it once. We're not going to give it any more life. We're going to dead it. We're going to get back to the focus of the show because I don't do foolishness. I really don't. I don't do foolishness. I don't do rumor. I don't do innuendo. I'm old and I'm a grown ass man. Right? I'm a grown ass man with grown ass kids.
I'm sorry. That's just
if you don't like C-Dub, then that's your prerogative. Right? That's your prerogative. If you want to believe that, then you believe whatever you want to. C-Dub has in no way ever shown that type of attitude towards anyone. I mean, first and foremost, it's a stupid suggestion because the only folks C-Dub works with basically are African Americans. 50% of the folks who subscribe to his channel are African Americans. Why would he have an issue with Raheem based on skin color? That makes no sense. All right, no. Don't interrupt T-Will's rant. Don't do that. This is stupid. This is a friend of mine, Ron. That's not directed at you. This is a friend of mine, and look it. You have the right to your opinion, okay? But I can assure you, C-Dub is not that kind of person. And you know what? We're not going to spend any more time on it. So with that being said, we're going to shift gears to the and guys, I'm sorry, but look, you come after one of mine, I'm going to come after you. And C-Dub is a friend of mine. Okay? So we're not having that shit this morning. And excuse my language, but that's the only thing. Sorry, Kim, we're not having that shit this morning. All right? There you go. We're going to move on. Ladarius, you got an outlook on the season for the Falcons. Give me your thoughts.
First of all, how do I follow that? Anyway, great job. Thanks. I didn't get to say
too, by the way.
I didn't get to say anything during that, but no. Listen, I'll let T. Will have that because he spoke from a place. He sounded a little bit like me, and I take pride in that. That I rub off on everybody in the show. like a little cologne. It's just
Man,
Oh wow!
And it wasn't the bathroom cologne either. It was
no,
you know,
it's the
yeah,
good
yeah,
stuff.
it's that good stuff.
It's called Eau de Petty. It's great stuff. Yeah, I you know. So you know, it could be a great Father's Day gift. A great hey, give it to someone that you love. We're still in perfume form. We're still working on some things in the factory, but
what?
you know, like I said, I'll just be real quick and before I jump into my outlook, I'll just say this. I'll just say this about, if you don't mind, T. Will, because it's your.
No, go ahead.
I'll just be quick before I go into my outlook. Here's the thing. We can have conversations, and I've said this on Twitter. You know, we can have conversations and don't make it about something it doesn't need to be about. When you focus on the topic, when you focus on the subject matter, because here's the thing: people have a great tendency to expose who they are rather quickly in conversation. In the time I've worked with Cedar, I work with him a lot. We do the wrestling show, we do the beer. You know, we work with each other a long. You know, it feels like a long time, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get overly emotional about it, but here's the thing: when you make those accusatorial statements about someone, you know, like T, I can't simply stand by and not say anything, because at the end of the day, we all doing this show. We all have 4 different perspectives. Color is never mentioned on this show. Our age, well, some ages range because Terry's with the leather helmets. But the point is, for the most part, we're just 4 people who like talking about the Falcons. We like talking about the league. And C-Dub's comments, I know his stances, and not once have I ever felt they were charged by that. We're ever charged by anything outside of the Falcons. So with that being said, get the cologne. C-Dub is cool. Perfume coming out June of 2025. Now the outlook. I want to start with on the field first. I touched on it a little bit earlier. On the field, like I say, if you're a Falcons fan right now, the offense looks fantastic, and we saw what Michael Penix can do. You know, his arm is absolutely phenomenal. We have our franchise quarterback, and let's give credit to Terry Fontenot for seeing, you know, like the old phrase, like seeing beyond muddy water and spotting dry land. He saw beyond, like, okay, we need this, but we need a quarterback, because he saw what this draft class was going to be like. And you weren't going to get Cam Ward. You weren't going to get Shador. We don't know what Drew Aller's going to do from Penn State. We don't know what Quinn Ewers is going to do, you know, or Jack. He went and got the guy, because listen, we're picking 15th. So it would be very hard pressing to get a quarterback anyway. And quite frankly, outside of Cam Ward and Shador, I don't see a case to make for any other quarterback be taken in the first round. That's just my opinion. You know, we'll have more time on that, you know, as the offseason progresses. But there are questions on the defensive side of the ball. And here's the thing, and I don't want to take away Ron's say, I'll just briefly mention, like, look, you know, we have to make a decision about Jimmy Lake, because as we're seeing the Colts fire their defensive corner Gus Bradley, the 49ers moved on from Nick Sorensen. The Bengals moved on from Lou Amaramo. And we have other teams that we have head coaching vacancies, and which also could be taken up by some of these defensive coordinator candidates that Ron will mention in his segment. So the outlook is, where do we go from a defensive standpoint? Do we shift back to the 3? You know, what do we do? What does Coach Raheem do? Because I think the overall consensus is that Jimmy Lake is the one guy who shouldn't return. Zach Robinson can show when given a quarterback like Michael Penix what he can do from a play calling perspective. So there's that hint of optimism there. So that's one positive outlook. And like I said, we're picking 15th in the draft. And look, all the needs essentially fall on defense. Listen, defensive line, linebacker, you go safety, you go edge. Like, there's an outside chance you could go offensive line, but that's how you feel about, you know, the future like Drew Dahlman or the future of Caleb McGarry. It's how we handle that situation moving, like, you know, in terms of re-signing, or do we keep him? So assuming that, like I said, I'm a big believer that Terry Fontenot should stay because of the fact that The Michael Penix pick looks very good, and it was in spite of a lot of vitriol from our fan base and from other teams around the league.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are you taking a quarterback when you have Kirk Cousins? He saw the fact, hey, Kurt is 36 years old, and he had a plan. It was like the plan was, hey, Kurt was supposed to start out 17 games. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, so that's okay.
Yeah.
So, looking at our cap situation, in cap space, we're the top 51. We're 29th. So we have about almost $7 million in cap now moving into next season.
Okay.
So, and we have 5 picks. So the question becomes, if you're Terry Fontenot, who I believe should stay and who I think will stay,
yeah,
the question is, do you address the defense either free agency? Do you go about it via trade? Because the name Myles Garrett keeps popping up a lot.
Yeah.
And he has a very hefty cap situation. So if you have 5 picks, are you willing to kind of what are you willing to give up? Because and then factor in and factor in terms of cap space. So how do you address the defense? Because that feels like it's the bigger issue. I think we all can agree, and I think it's consensus that, hey, we got to fix our Our offense looks pretty good. And like Keith just said, like Max Crosby is, there's Max Crosby, and Myles Garrett. And listen, as a wild card, we don't know what Micah Parsons, the Cowboys cap situation is not ideal there either, given all the money they gave to CeeDee Lamb. So, and then it was CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott. So we don't know their cap situation. So there's options on the board. The question is, how do we approach it? And then my final point, because I don't want to take up too much time, is we look at Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins moving into 2020. Listen, he's taking up 14.6% of the Falcons cap space. He's the only player on the team with double-digit cap space on the team. The next guy on the list is Chris Lindstrom at about 8% of the Falcons cap. So the question becomes, what do we do? Because listen, he's a $40 million cap hit. So do we trade him? So that's $37.5 million. But understand this: we have to eat some of that if we do trade him. Because let's be clear, if no team's gonna be like, oh, listen, we're not gonna take all of this, given what we saw last season. Like, we'll take Kurt, but you got to eat up some of the majority of the remaining money. And then if you do like the post, I think March 12th, 13th, like it's straight up $65 million. That's the cap. That's the dead cap. But however, and if there was a situation where he does cut Kirk Cousins, it would be post June 1st designation, which basically means it would essentially be split up between like the 37.5 and the remaining for 2025 would be 37, and the remaining would be 2026. So that does sound delicious, Jay Black.
I know. I saw that too. I went, ooh.
First of all, like if the chicken is there, listen, say less. I'll be there.
Me too.
No raisins in the potato salad. We're good. I'll be there. So
coming to the picnic.
So like,
oh man, hey. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I mean to take too long, but I'll put a button. I'll just put a button on. I just think when we look at the outlook, we have the 3 main issues is from a personnel. How do we address the defense? Do the future of the personnel, of the players, even of the coaching staff? How do we address the draft? Because we only have 5 picks. And more importantly, how do we address Kirk Cousins? Listen, he's gotten paid. But the question is that does trading him or cutting him, how would that help us how do we handle it? Because look, we've dealt with dead cap before. It's not the issue. Is that how do we move forward in rebuilding the defense? Because that's going to be the bigger issue. And if we want a coordinator, Jimmy Late's got to essentially within the next week. Because like I said, I'm not going to mention the names. I'll let Ron handle that. There's so many openings and so many candidates. And as T will know, you're working at, like, when you have so many openings and so many candidates, so you got to make a decision rather quickly before you lose out on the person that you want. So let's just consider that's my outlook, guys.
That's good. Well, thank you for that.
And
Go
I'm actually gonna jump off yours, but let me hit you with my outlook. It's real simple.
I
If
agree with
everyone's
Ladarius. He's a
coming
good
back,
man. Oh, great. Thanks. I appreciate that.
ooh, back. uh, God, we gotta focus. We are such. It's hilarious how we just when we hear a food item, we just go, ooh.
We're
All right.
we're all zeroed in on here, folks.
Yes. All right. So look, outlook at this. I think Terry Fontenot should be back, regardless.
Mhm.
I know he hasn't had a winning season, but here's the deal: when you get the quarterback, that gives you grace.
Right.
And I think we all have agreed Michael Penix can fling that football.
Yes.
Now, think about it. He's only had 3 starts. 2 of those starts, he tied the game, but never
Mhm.
got the ball back. So that gives us some hope. So if I'm looking at Terry, I got to give him a chance on this one. And Terry has shown it with limited funds, he was able to work some things out. So
Right.
cool on him. So I'm intrigued by it because there may be some moves that have to come.
Right.
And then from there we'll have to, obviously we're going to comment on those. But till then, I'm with Ladarius. If Ross is really saying that everyone is under evaluation,
Right.
Jimmy Lakes, you can't be piddling foot around. Jimmy Lake's got to go. If he's going to be the guy that has to go, you got to get him gone. And go get you a guy or get somebody that can basically you could look at and go, you got this. And I know Ron's got his list. He's checked it twice. Santa may be off now, but Ron is.
Yeah.
But literally, get your list. But get the guy that you want, and don't worry about your job. Don't worry about, is this guy going to take? Look, just get the best guy for your job.
Right.
That's where you're at right now. You told people what you can bring and what you can do. Well, now people are giving you grace, but those people are saying, look, you got a very young quarterback that looks the part. You got Bijan, and by the way, let's remember Michael Penix is not 18, 19, 20. He's 24.
Right.
So he's a little more mature than what you got. And you got Bijan, guys. This guy was the MVP, in my view, is the MVP of the team this year. Because I don't know how the offense would have flowed without him. Drake, right up there, man. You can't. It's like this. Drake's going to be really good with Penix. I was very impressed. So look, let's see what happens. But it's like this. I will be willing to give Terry some leniency because I'm looking at it like the Kirk Cousins thing. And the only way I'm looking at this is now I'm going, was this a raw deal? Was it a Arthur and upper management deal where they wanted somebody?
Right.
And Terry was like, all right, but I'm going to create this contract so there'll be an out, which was genius.
Right.
Problem was we were hoping it would be 2 years, not 1.
Right.
But it is what it is. But, with that being said, I'll just say it this way. Let's see what happens. We go from there. And the guy that celebrated his birthday like it was 1999 over here just jumped on in here. So, guys, y'all,
Ryan.
I'll see you all tomorrow. We're going to have a damn good show at the Morning Crew with the Beard Gang. I look forward to it. Terry, thanks for having me on for a little bit. I got to go help my kid move. God, I hate moving.
Hey, man, be safe, C-Dub.
Be safe, man.
I don't mind driving the U-Haul, but damn, I hate moving, man. God, this stuff
Yeah, moving sucks.
Yeah. Be
Moving
safe.
sucks. Hey, man,
Just make sure you stretch before you lift anything heavy.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Hold on. He's 22. He's lifting. I'm just going to be the one driving, and I'm going to tell him where to put it because.
What?
Oh, so you just coordinate like Fred Sanford. Gotcha.
Hey, you coordinate. You got the coordinate.
I got the perfect shirt on.
You got the coordinate.
All right, guys. Much love. Take care, y'all.
We'll see you. Ladies and gentlemen, the man of the hour, Tower of Power, Mr. Ryan, the historian. First and foremost, Ryan, we got to wish you a happy birthday. I understand that you had a birthday yesterday. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir. First off, I want to thank everybody on the panel for having me on. T-Will, Ron, Mr. Ladarius. We still working on our senior contract, as we all say. But definitely appreciate you acknowledging that.
No, Terry, don't do that.
No.
Yeah, I had a
listen. Hey, Dennis Edwards, stop it.
You really called him Dennis Edwards. Wow.
He's bad to me. Very bad to me. I just want to put that out there.
It's all good. No, I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys for having me on, and definitely love chopping it up with you guys in the morning. Love your show. I'm a huge fan. And first off, before I even get started, please hit that like and that subscribe button for these brothers in here. They do great work every day, every morning, providing you just not only with Falcon football, but also with laughs, musical entertainment from Ladarius, and also the angry. and then also, we might as well start calling this the pink slip corner because C-Dub wants to fire everybody up in here. So we might as well start calling this. We might as well start calling this segment the pink slip corner. That's all I'm saying. But
show you right.
But no, I'll just say this here, man. I really think that when you look at everything that's going on with the Falcons at this point, yes, it's disappointing, but then you also have to look at the bright side of this. We got a quarterback now. Now we know what we have as a quarterback, and we know what he can do with those little bit of flashes that we saw. At this point, we need to address the pass blocking. It's been years. Really, I'm going to say 2018 was the last time we really had a solid pass blocking offensive line. Other than that, every quarterback that has been behind this line, whether it was Matt Ryan at the end of his days, or even when you look at what's been going on when we were with Arthur Smith, quarterbacks have struggled to throw the ball because they don't even have two and a half seconds to throw the football. They really don't. So we have to address this. And if we want to keep Penix as a long-term franchise quarterback, because he already has an injury history, we don't want to rehash that. So the best thing that we can do in this draft, since we have 5 picks, but knowing Terry, he's going to find a way to probably finagle maybe an extra pick somewhere by getting rid of somebody, maybe a Judon or something. I think you address this right tackle situation. I've already said there's a couple of guys who I would look at the HBCU level right now. There's a kid out of Alabama A&M right now, 6'6", around 315, 320, that can move, that literally can move from side to side, and he's a mauler in the run game, but he's also a mountain in pass blocking. So you can get him as an undrafted free agent and polish him up. So I'm just looking at we need to address the trenches in this draft offensively. That's just me.
All right. Well, hey, and that's a fair point. Like you say, McGarry is our blind side blocker for Penix, and you know, you'd be right to be concerned. Now, to be fair, McGarry had a pretty decent season in the run game. He's a mauler, but you know, to Ryan's point, Penix already has a history, and you probably sleep better if you know that you got not only a mauler over there, but somebody that can definitely protect Penix's blind side. So that's fair. That's a fair point, Ryan. Ryan, can you stay for Falcons Jeopardy?
Sure.
All right, good deal.
It's time for Falcons Jeopardy, hosted by, and the host name doesn't matter.
Oh wow! You see what I'm saying? The disrespect continues. All right, guys. So look, the way we do Falcons Jeopardy, at the beginning of it, I give you 3 clues, and they're going to have something to do with the questions or the answers. So here we go. First clue, Falcons Jeopardy. He's a sap. He's a sap. All right.
Hmm.
Second clue, manhandled. Manhandled with 2 N's. Third clue. Here, kitty. Here. All right, Falcons Jeopardy, and we are off. They lost the Super Bowl, and again, Jeopardy, you have to answer it with a question. All right.
We know T. Will Trebek. Just read the question. Just read
Hey,
the
man,
answer.
I gotta make sure my audience knows. All right. They lost the Super Bowl in 2004 and 2015.
Bing. Who are the
Yes.
Carolina Panthers?
Very good. Yes. Very good. Very good. All right. Next questions. And look, the whole association will become very clear probably with this question. This team won the Super Bowl in 2002 and 2020.
Oh,
Who are the New England Patriots?
No, sir. That is incorrect.
ding ding.
Yes.
Who are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
That is correct. Yes. Who are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? All
Listen,
right.
Ryan, these
I keep
clues aren't
forgetting about the
great.
Yucks.
Yeah, when you dealing with T. Will Trebek, you just got to just roll with it. You gotta roll.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta remember this is hey man, listen, anything that's got Falcon attached to it, it's a little bit of a lag with that one, man. Come on, man.
But
We
with
had a
T.
lag
Will,
in the
the lag-
season.
But with T.
All
Will,
right.
the lag feels a little bit longer.
Here
It feels a little bit more painful.
Here we go. All right. This team won it all, won the Super Bowl in 2009.
Who are the Aints?
Yes. Who are the Aints? And last but not least, this team lost it in 1998 and 2016.
Who are the Atlanta Falcons?
Yeah, so it was an NFC South playoff edition. There you go. That was the clues. There you go. He's a Sap is obviously Warren Sapp. Manhandled is a short for Archie Manning. And here Kitty is obviously the Carolina Panthers. So there you go. That was Falcons Jeopardy. We now have the mystery caller section. So Ladarius, I think your screen wants to go dark or something like that. I think
You only want me to go dark. I'm already. We're not going to get into it.
We're not going to do this.
The morning
Especially after this morning. Especially after this morning's conversation, we're not going to get into that.
I know a trap right play when I see it. All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Mystery Caller. I am getting ready to call the Mystery Caller and ask him some questions, and it is up to Ryan, Ron, and you guys in the audience to figure out who this Mystery Caller is. Okay? It's a big mystery. All right? As a matter of fact, I'm going to share the clues with the audience, and we will just see how good you guys are. All right? We will see how good you guys are. Give me 1 second, and we are going to share the clues with the audience. All right. Ring. Ring. Ring.
Hello. Who's this calling me in this morning? Who's this?
Good morning. This is T. Will from the 4MYATL Sports Morning Show.
Oh my God! I've heard about you. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah. We'll look at. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. I will admit I have had.
How many leaves do you have? That's the best.
Only 3. Sir. Only 3. So I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. So
get a 4th leaf.
Oh wow! You are our mystery caller this morning. And so I'm just going to ask you some questions, And oh my God, I'm sharing the riddle and not the mystery caller. Whoops! Let me stop sharing.
And they say you're in charge of this.
Wow,
I've heard some things.
It's so sad. It's so sad.
I mean, I talked to Dwight
sad.
Freeney, and he's a friend,
Wow.
and he said some things that I can't say on the morning show that he said about you. But
well, you know what? I just think Mr. Freeney and I got off on the wrong foot. So
yeah, two foots, I would say. But
yeah,
that's just me.
No worries, sir. No worries. So let me ask you a question, Mr. Mystery Caller. How old are you?
Boy, just getting straight to the point. Yeah. At least buy me dinner before you ask me these type of questions.
Wow.
Or buy me a breakfast.
Wow.
For the sake of those in the chat and those, and for I heard Ryan is there. Ryan, you do great work. I mean, Ladarius and Dwight, we all think highly of you. Ron, the same thing. C-Dub.
Thank you.
So to answer your question, I am 73 years of age.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I know.
Ron, we're not going to do the Kevin Hart imitation this morning, sir. We're not doing Kevin Hart, okay? We're not going to be ages this morning, Ron. Jeez. I'm sorry, Mr. Mystery Caller. I apologize.
Listen. I love Ron. Ron is amazing. Like I say, Ryan, great. C-Dub.
Wow.
So what's your next question, sir?
Wow.
I forgot your name.
Okay.
Terrence Trent Darby. What's your name?
What position did you play, sir?
Well, I played offense, but more specifically, I was a wide receiver.
Okay. All right. Did you play with the Falcons?
Well, the answer is the opposite of no, which would be yes.
Awesome. Okay. Did you go to the Super Bowl with the Falcons?
I feel offended by this question. I don't know why you would ask such a hurtful question. The answer is no. How dare you? Drudge up memories like that. What's your next question? This guy.
Oh, wow. What year were you drafted?
This guy's an ass. I know. Don't you ever bring me back. I know, honey. Honey, I'll be there in a minute. I gotta finish this. This guy's an ass. I was drafted, a year that you are familiar with, sir. 1973.
Oh, wow. Okay. Who were the other members of the wide receiver group that you played with the Falcons in 1979?
Great question. I played with some great receivers. Alfred Jenkins, Billy Rickman, and Dennis Pearson. Better friends than I'm assuming T. Will is to his others. So yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. Who was the starting running back when you played with the Falcons in 1981?
Boy, you just not holding back the years, huh? Like you be anyway. Bubba Bean.
Bubba Bean. Okay.
Yeah, we call him Big Bubba. Only we can call him Big Bubba. Yes.
Big Bubba. All right. How many years did you play for the Falcons, sir?
Well, thank you for calling me sir. A little respect. That's the first respectful thing you said so far. 7 years.
Okay. And how many playoff appearances did you make?
Once again, all these upsetting and memory questions. I would have wanted to make more, but unfortunately, only made 2 appearances.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen in the chat and my brothers in the panel, you all have your clues. So, to review, he's 73 years old. He did play wide receiver. He did play for the Falcons. Didn't make a Super Bowl appearance. Was drafted in 73. Played with wide receivers Alfred Jenkins, Dennis Pearson, and Billy Rickman. Starting running back in 1981 was Bubba Bean. Played with us for 7 years. Made 2 playoff appearances. Ryan, I'm going to start with you. Who is he?
I'm going to go ahead. I'll go ahead and give it to you. It is the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff HBCU legend, Mr. Wallace Francis.
You are correct, sir. That is right.
That was too easy. That was too easy.
Ryan, me and Ryan are great friends. Ryan, I'm glad you knew who I were. And listen, that T. Will guy, I'm not saying get better friends. I'm just saying you're a smart man. So it's once again great being on the show. Ron, you're great. Ryan, you're great. C-Dub, I heard great things from you. The other guy, I'm just saying Dwight Freeney's not lying. So
Oh wow. Thank you, Mr. Francis. Thank you this morning, and have a great day, sir.
Yeah, you
Lord,
as well have a great rest of the show. That guy is still an ass, though.
Oh.
Oh, I can hit the hang up button. Oh, sorry. This is embarrassing. I am 73 years old.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ryan. Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Ladarius Brown, our mystery call this morning. As always, he never disappoints. Ryan, hey man, we thank you, and you never disappoint. Your knowledge of the game is just outstanding, sir. And look it, we love to have you on, and I'm gonna try and get you on for more shows in the morning. If you're up to it, hey man, we can throw in a 20-minute segment for you, and we're just happy to have you. So thank you for calling. Tell these folks where they can find you, Ryan.
Appreciate you having me on. You can find me at the Birdcage LLC with the magnificent Birdcage crew every Thursday at 8 p.m. During the Falcons season, we have what we call the post game. What we have is the pregame meal and the post game show, benediction or party line. We won't be having too many more party line or benedictions anytime soon. So hopefully we get everything together, but we're going to be doing a lot of things in the off season. Y'all just stay tuned. We got y'all covered this off season. So make sure you hit that like button on this thing again. Once again, as we said before, check out T Will, does a great show every morning. C Dub and Darius Beard Gang. Check out the wrestling side of things. And then you check out the Ignorant Thinkers podcast with my guy Ron, Dennis, and those folks over there, man. All these brothers put in great work, and we try to support each other, but we also need your support because without you, we wouldn't have shows. Y'all be easy. Y'all stay warm, and God bless.
Hey, Ryan, don't forget, if you don't go right, you go left. No, wait. Damn it, I messed it up.
You messed up. No. I got it. Because
this is why we let the man who actually said it say
the man the hour
said.
All right, T Will. Since you screwed it up, man, and you doing it wrong. Hey, man, y'all check out the Birdcage LLC tomorrow night, because if you don't, you gonna get left. But like we say in the cage, you either get right or you get left. And T Will apparently got left for screwing up that line right there. So thank y'all for checking. Thank y'all for tuning in today.
We left him a long time.
Hey, thanks, Ryan. Hey, I love that guy, man. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Ryan.
Wow, that was Ladarius, bro. You are truly talented, man. That was hilarious. We're gonna shift gears a little bit here this morning. Mr. Ryan Thomas, I understand you've been doing some homework, sir, on some potential defensive coordinators. Just in case. Decide to move on from Jimmy, Mr. Jimmy Lake. So without further ado, sir, we are at that segment of the show where we're gonna isolate folks and let me see if I can do it, because I screwed it up the other day. That's not it. Yep, that's it right there.
One more button.
There we go. Thank you. Mr. Ryan Thomas, go right ahead, sir. Tell us about the defensive coordinators.
I got two come to mind. Well, one come to mind right now. He already on the staff. Already. How about Jerry Gray?
Okay.
He already know everybody on the defense line. They respect him. He a Hall of Famer in my opinion. Just think about it. How about another one? One of my favorite. I met him 97. He played for us. Chuck Smith. What he bring to the team, to the game? He do work with pass rushers and make them better. And he played for our Atlanta Falcons the year they went to the Super Bowl, 98.
Okay.
So, and he do study the game. Now, he with Baltimore right now. So if we're going to talk to him, we just talk to him, but if we're going to get him the job, we got to wait till they get out of the playoffs.
Okay.
Now, Another name somebody said in the comments today, Robert Saleh. Now, I like Robert Saleh, but this the kicker. The Jets talking to him, all the other teams in the NFL talking to him.
Wait, excuse me. You said the Jets are talking to Robert Saleh?
I mean, my bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other teams talking to him. The
Okay.
Miami Dolphins,
Okay.
my bad.
Okay,
And
no, that's all good.
talking to him, and more teams talking to him. My bad.
No, it's all good, man. I'm just saying,
No,
if
you're
I'm
good.
Robert Saleh, the Jets could get the finger. Like
Right.
Or they like to say the double bird. The
Yeah.
double bird.
Right.
Yeah,
That on me. That's my
get
bad,
the
right?
finger. You fired Robert Saleh, and you got worse after you fired him because you listened to Aaron, who's old and
Right.
let's be honest, done. Right?
Right.
And that was a foul move. And as far as I wouldn't even pick up
But
the phone for the Jets.
I'm glad you brought that up because last time I checked, when he was there, that was a top defense. Now I'm not going.
Right. I believe you're right.
I will not go into the numbers and all that, but they had a top defense.
Yeah,
so,
I believe you're right. I believe you're right.
Another one, Brian Flores. Another one. When he had the Miami Dolphins, we all know what happened there. I'm not going to get into that, but there was a top defense at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he went from Pittsburgh and he went to Minnesota. So what I'm trying to say is, if we want to talk to him, we do talk to him, but after Minnesota get out of the playoffs, if this who we going to go after, we got to wait till they get out of the playoffs this time.
Yeah, the only thing about Brian Flores is he's a defensive coordinator now. If I'm him, I don't leave one defensive coordinator position for another, especially when I have a really good defense. Now I might leave for a head coaching job,
right?
But I don't think that'll be available. So yeah, I don't know
I'm
what
trying to do. I'm trying to bring him in.
Are you trying to sneak him in and then replace Raheem? Oh wow, that's
now you see, now you get my drift.
That's very sinister, man. I did not know you had that in you, bro. That's very sinister. Okay. That's your Dr. Evil pose. Okay, yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Evil. Who knew?
We were talking about free agents. Were we?
Yeah, we were.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
How about Jalen Ramsey?
I don't think we have the money for him.
But approve it there.
He doesn't need to. Does he need to prove it? What
yes.
kind of year did he have? Did he have a bad year?
He had an okay year, but with he knowing Raheem, I think he'd have a bounce back year. Though they know each other already. They work together with both of them were with the Rams. You see what I'm saying?
I do. Go ahead.
And we're gonna need a number 2 corner.
I get it, but I don't see him taking that kind of discount that we would need because we'd have to get rid of at least 3 or 4 people to be able to afford him. Even on a discounted rate. I don't see Jalen Ramsey. I mean, he can look at, hey, you can shoot for the moon, but I don't know about that.
I just throwing that out there.
No, I got you. I got you. That make I see where you're going.
All this week, everybody said we should get rid of Matt Judon. I said bring him back for a proven deal. On 1 year deal.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Now that I wouldn't mind. I don't know that he'd do it because he declined to even talk to the media after the season was over.
Right.
I don't want to read too much into that. He may. I don't think that's a bad idea. I really don't think that's a bad idea.
And
go ahead.
And I would bring back Justin Simmons. Another.
Yeah, I wouldn't bring him back.
But
But
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying,
for cheap, I get it.
right, for cheap. If
I
we
don't
gonna
think
get a new defensive coordinator, he to
Mhm.
do his job. He don't got to do that much.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like they've
Yeah.
been the other safeties been doing like more than they have to
No, I
with
get
Jimmy
you.
Lake.
I get you. I get you.
So, but back to defensive coordinators. How about Ryan Nielsen, who we had before Raheem Morris took over? He went to Jacksonville. Now, Jacksonville, they run the clean house. And the defense we had that were playing for him.
Mm-hmm.
So I think about bringing him back if I'm Raheem. Now, he did not do that much in Jacksonville, but don't nobody do that much in Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
So my another, he just got fired yesterday. Antonio Pierce. Bring him in as a defensive coordinator.
Looks like Ladarius approves of Antonio Pierce. Ladarius, how you feel about Antonio Pierce?
I think that's a very, very good thing because for two reasons. I think, listen, the whole thing with the Raiders, I think Antonio Pierce shows that he knows what he's doing.
Right.
I just feel like the whole Raiders situation, like Mark Davis and how he hired,
Right.
like it's, and we got to remember that. Listen, he has the he used the Arizona State's coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
So he being a great linebacker with the Giants for the majority of his career.
Mm-hmm.
I really like take away the record for how the Raiders played. The defense was not completely terrible.
Right.
That was one side of the ball that you had a little bit of confidence in. So
right.
I really, 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 really like that.
Good deal. Okay.
I got two more names.
Okay.
Steve Walsh. Another
Wilkes?
one.
Steve Wilkes?
My bad.
Okay.
Steve Wilkes.
Yeah.
He was hanging around the Atlanta Falcons team. He was, and to me, he got, when he was in the NFL, he was with Carolina, did not get a good chance to be a head coach going forward with Carolina. I think that messed him over. And he was with Arizona. Another team did not give him a chance to be the head coach more than 1 year. So I think he is a very good defensive coordinator.
Okay. Good deal.
And my last one,
mm-hmm.
I like this dude. Jesse Minter. And where he with the Chargers. He's the defensive coordinator right now with the Chargers. They are top 5 on defense this year and last year.
Mm-hmm.
Now that offense been suspect, but the defense been on point with everybody being healthy. So, what y'all think about the names?
I like the guy from the Chargers. Nielsen is, I don't know that he'd come back, but I mean, you could do worse. Okay. Antonio Pierce is a good candidate. I really like Steve Wilkes, though. Steve Wilkes would probably be my number 1 candidate.
Okay.
Yeah, I rock with Steve. I think Steve Wilkes would be great. And I think he's shown the ability to work with pretty much what you give him.
Right. How about Chuck Smith?
I don't know that. So I'm trying to be tactful. I don't know that Chuck is a Falcons kind of guy, and I'll leave it there. I'll leave it right there. Well, do I think he would be good? I do. I just don't know that with the current regime in place that those personalities would gel.
I would say this. Mm-hmm. We said we want to get tougher on defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, look at Baltimore. What they're known for.
I'm not saying they're not tough, Ron. I'm
Right,
saying those
right.
personalities. I agree with you. I'm just saying I don't see those personalities meshing. I don't.
And we really owe him because Dan Quinn told him a while back he would get the job. That, you know, all that BS. And I really think.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And we have a hard time making pass rushers.
Look, I think Chuck Smith would be great, but this is what I'm saying. Chuck Smith has been doing camps with defensive ends for years. The Falcons have not made one move to sign him. So that tells you somebody in the office, those personalities don't mesh, right? Chuck Smith's been out there for years. For years. And they haven't touched him. That should tell you. He's a former Falcon. He's definitely qualified. And again, I'm trying to say it without saying it. I don't think those personalities mesh. I don't think they make that deal. Should they make that? Look, I'm all aboard, especially if you bring him on with that defensive line. Oh, I promise you that defensive line will be better. But again, that's me. I'm not in the front office. You get what I'm saying? I'm not in the front office. So,
like I said, Jerry Gray. Everybody respect him. He been here for a good little minute now. How about trying to get him the job? If I would try to get him the job first, and if he turned it down or whatever, then I would go after defensive coordinators. But that's just me because he already here. Everybody like him. So. And he knows the game of football.
No, you could do worse. You could do worse. You really could do worse than Jerry Gray. Me personally, my guy would be Steve Wilkes. But hey, man,
I like Steve Wilkes too. But I just saying, I would offer him the job first, Jerry Gray, and be like, look, we want you to be our new defensive coordinator. The team love you. You wanted that promotion, huh? And if he turned it down, okay, Steve Wilkes.
No, understood. Look, you can't go wrong with either one. Ladarius, you about to say something? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, no. I was just going to just add in really quickly. You know, I saw what King Richie said, and I don't think. Here's the thing. Yeah, they have Steve Wilkes in the building, but understand, like I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of defensive coordinator openings.
Right.
And so, we have him in the building. Doesn't mean he can also leave the building too.
Right.
If we don't, so like I understand 100% what King Richie is espousing.
Right.
But my biggest thing is that that's why I say we don't have to rush per se. But like, look, if we don't make a decision about Jimmy Lake, like other teams, like I mentioned, the Colts, the 49ers.
Right.
The Bengals, they're we got other teams who are looking to rebuild their coaching staffs.
Right.
Would take Steve Wilkes. So if we don't make a decision, it's to me, Raheem, the first guy would go to. I would lean towards Steve over Jerry. I love Jerry, but I saw the work that Steve did for San Francisco for his time there.
Right.
Replacing ironically Robert Saleh.
Right.
When Robert Saleh took the Jets job.
Right.
And he did a great job there, and then he comes. So I would look in that direction. So I think yes, we have him in the building. It's like this: you could be dating someone, but if you don't make it official,
right.
She might not stay. Is what I'm saying. Is what I'm saying. Is that,
and all the African Americans coaching. Every time you hire an African American coach, you get a draft hit. Do y'all know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, I because it's the rule because it's basically
the Rooney rule. Is that the Rooney rule?
It was kind of curtailed the Rooney rule. Like I could go on. I wrote about it. I can go all day about it, but that's a whole different.
So,
but
we got 5. I just think about, and you said something earlier. How can we get more draft hits? Well, that'd be 2. I think 2 or 1 draft hit right there. If you hire an African American on your staff. So
Good deal. All right, guys, we got to move on. Thank you, Ron. Some very valid points you made. Appreciate that. We got to move forward to our riddle section. And to those of you in the chat and to Ron and Ladarius, we're going to go ahead and throw the riddle at you. So here we go. This is a former Falcon. My number has been, and I'm sorry, this is our riddle. This is our riddle of the day. Here we go. My number has been completed 4 times. My number has been completed 4 times. My siblings are organic and clingy at the same time. I have been a pirate and a bird. I shelter plenty of people. Who am I? I'll read it again. Go ahead.
he is a corner play for us with Mike Smith was our head coach at the time. What's his name? He played for the Patriots. He played for the Eagles. What's his name? I forgot his name.
Okay.
What is
He is not a cornerback. So I'm going to read it again. My number has been completed 4 times. My siblings are organic and clingy at the same time. I have been a pirate and a bird. I shelter plenty of people. Who am I? Ladarius is intrigued. Ron is on the edge of his seat.
I shelter many people. So
I said
the house.
that what got me. That's why I said corner. A shelter corner.
But the shelter, could it be a clue to the last name? Could it be a clue to? Because I think I'm getting there with the sibling. I think they're synonyms. It's connected to a sibling to a that's. If I can piece together a clue too, I think I'm assuming the pirate and the bird means the Buccaneers and the Falcons.
Yes, that's correct. And I'll give you another hint. Shelter is something that has nothing to do with football.
Yeah. See, that part I picked up.
See, that's what I mean. That's why I say a corner, because
another form of shelter could be to provide something for plenty of people.
Okay, see, that helped me. Okay, that helped me put on another. It's like the 2 roads diverge in the wood, and I got to go to the other path here.
that.
Oh wow!
Oh my! My number has been completed 4 times.
You got this one.
Because if the number is it completed 4, so it's been the number that's been done.
I got
4
it.
times.
I got it. Warwick Dunn.
Damn it! You're right.
Yeah.
That is correct. That is correct. That is correct.
He built houses in Atlanta.
That is correct. That is correct. So Warwick Dunn has been building homes for single mothers for years.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one. He's been a pirate and a bird. My siblings are organic and clingy. One of his siblings is named Green. The other 4, I believe, are named Smothers, right? And my number has been completed 4 times. The number of completion is 7. 7 times 4 is 28. So there you go.
Warwick Dunn.
Good job,
Very
Ron.
good. Very good. Very good.
I got it. I like.
You did get it.
Yeah.
You got
the riddle. He got the riddles. I got the Jeopardy. I think that's the way we work it around.
That's so bad. I met Warwick Dunn, man. I was like 11 years old.
Okay. How was that?
He a good dude. He is a really very amazing dude.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to Warwick Dunn and everything he been doing for the Falcons, and on that man do so much. Everybody don't realize what he do, but shout out to Warwick Dunn. I mean,
He does.
great guy.
He does a lot. He does a lot. You are right, my friend. You
Great
are
guy.
100% right. So, guys, we are at the section in the show where it is final thoughts. And Ronnie Thomas, since we got you up, final thoughts. Where are we going? What are we doing? Give us your thoughts on today on these Atlanta Falcons.
Raheem Morris, I need to talk to you.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
I need to talk to you.
The comments by Ronnie Thomas is not endorsed by for my ATLSports1.
There you go.
Any other panelists that work on the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Listen, people could be very litigious, so I'm just trying to.
I like we're on the same page. Go ahead,
like Raheem. I like my money. So
Raheem, if you I'm glad you brought that up, Ladarius, because I got stuck for a minute.
I keep my name. Whoa. We'll redact that. We'll redact
that. Ladarius said, "Keep my name out your mouth."
But
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Raheem Morris, if you really love your money, you will fix the defensive coordinator spot. I don't care if you and Jimmy Lake friends, all that go out of the window now. Since you love your money so much, okay. Well, you better think twice about the names I just put out there. Who you to talk to? When can you talk to them? Fly them in ASAP. ASAP, like right now. Fly these defensive coordinators in right now. If you that serious about fixing the defense, the offense look good. The defense look bad. I don't care if you and Jimmy Lake go way back. I don't care about that. Enough is enough. We ready to win. We supposed to be in the playoffs right now. You got to grow up. You got to tell Jimmy Lake, hey, player, yeah, we can play cards next week, but this business right now, we cannot be friends. Just because you my friend, I got to fire you because you not doing the right job. Bring in somebody that got experience. I mean, all that buddy go out the window.
Fair enough, Ronnie Thomas. Fair enough. Well said. Mr. Ladarius Brown and his band of renown. Final thoughts. What you got?
Just my quick final thoughts are, I think moving forward, like I mentioned earlier, we have a lot of questions, and as a fan base, it's understandable how we feel, because I've always said that you can't tell anybody how to feel. And every fan's not going to feel the same way. Just speaking from my perspective, I look at it as firing everybody is a temporary solution.
Correct.
Let's give people a chance to kind of look. I'm not defending Raheem and the two double birds he gave on the radio show, and his comments about after the Washington game. There are a lot of things that he did that angered Falcons fans, and justifiably so.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
However, what I will say is this. I believe that what I heard from him the other day was maybe an inkling, maybe a sign that he gets it. He understands that, look, we have expectations. If you don't have expectations, whether for your football team or whether for yourself personally, You have no direction.
Yep.
And I feel that Raheem understands that, hey, if you don't get it right next year, like you may be done.
Mm-hmm.
So all I ask for is from Falcons fans, like, look, listen, we saw the work Terry Fontenot has done in the front office. It has not all been terrible. He's made some great moves. He's done a lot with a little. Let's give him the chance to make these decisions that could change the course of our franchise, not just for next season, but for the seasons to come.
Yep.
So all I ask for is just a little bit of patience. Like our colleague C-Double, my buddy, listen, everyone's getting the pink slip. But and I understand where he's coming from.
Me too.
But I'm from the point of view of, I guess, being, firing people is great. And I always ask, who can you bring in? Because it's like we're resetting again. Give Terry and Raheem the chance to amend this season, because they understand better than anybody that their leash has gotten shorter. Their window is closing if they don't get it right next season. So I just ask for a little bit of patience from the fan base. So, those are my final thoughts.
Good deal. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Let's see. My final thoughts, and look, I kind of echo the sentiments of my compadres here, Ron and Ladarius. I agree we need a new defensive coordinator. Let me say that. I agree with Ron wholeheartedly, 100%. If for nothing else than that last game, that defense showed you, look, we're sick of it. We're sick of playing back 15 yards. We're tired of it. And I'm not saying that was a revolt in no way, but it was definitely a dispassionate display. And honestly, I just think it's time to move on. I don't see how you can, in good standing, look at this team and bring Jimmy Lake back. I just don't. And no disrespect to Jimmy. He has been a defense coordinator. He is far more knowledgeable of the game than I am. Let me say that. I don't coach the game. I don't play the game, and all respect is due. But respectfully, I believe it is time for Jimmy to go on to his next opportunity, because I don't think that the locker room is going to listen to him, and I don't think they have faith in him. And I think it's just time for a new defensive coordinator. So I agree. I also agree with Ladarius in that you can't fire everybody, because you have to look at all of the factors, right? The most important word to me in any decision is, wait for it, context, right? Context. So if we had everybody knew and we were going to suck anyway, blow it up. You got nothing to lose, right? But you have an offensive juggernaut waiting for you. You've got untapped potential. This was the first year Drake, other than Matt Ryan, really had a quarterback, and look at what he did.
Yeah.
Drake is top 5 receiver. Bijan is a top 5 running back. Mooney was 8 yards away from 1,000.
What?
That's part of that is with Kirk Cousins. Part of that is with Michael Penix. Imagine what we could do with a full year of Michael Penix, right? You can't just blow up the team, bring in a new offensive coordinator and just say that. I don't believe in starting over for the sake of starting over. I don't believe in that, right? I believe that everything that you do has a purpose, right? I don't believe in, let's just blow it up. No, why? Because it's going to make you feel better temporarily? No, but you know what you're going to have? You're going to have losing season after losing season, because winning demands continuity. Winning demands a cohesiveness that you can't just build in 1 year. So now again, Raheem, Terry Fontenot, hey man, y'all got to get it together this year, man.
What?
No excuses. Y'all got to get it together this year, man. Y'all got the offenses, whatever you got to do on defense. And I understand you're working with limited purse strings. So, we may have to be a defense that our only thing that we can do is take the ball away. Right? Because you're going to have to lose a lot of people, and you don't have a lot of money, and you already got resources committed. But with that being said, I believe on offense, this team is good enough to make the playoffs. And if you give them a decent defense They are good enough to win the Super Bowl. This offense is right. Those are my thoughts. Go ahead, Brian.
I think we got on offense. We could be 2016 all over again.
Agree 100%. Agree 100%, Ron.
Yeah.
Especially with that quarterback we got, and that guy. Look at that throw to Kadero Hodge. Are you kidding me? He throws it through 3 people. I mean, it would, bro. Yeah. That throw ain't a whole lot of like. That was some Aaron Rodgers type, Brett Favre type.
In his prime.
Right.
And if you look at the year we went to the Super Bowl, that defense played for Dan Quinn. We were not top defense.
No.
But we buckled down and we started hitting people.
Well, Dan Quinn started. I believe Dan Quinn took over the offense at about week 9, and Richard Smith was fired the next year because Richard Smith just wasn't getting it done. But that defense wasn't great. I mean, I agree with you, Ron. That offense in 2016 carried that team, just like this offense. Next year will carry us. It's weird at how similar they are. They're very similar. I see what you're saying. I do.
If we just get the right defensive coordinator to bring out the best.
Agreed.
I mean, I am so tired of being on the dusty couch every year for the past 7 years.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
This couch got spider webs on it. This couch got everything. I'm tired of being on the couch. I'm tired. We supposed to be in the playoffs.
We're all tired, but honestly, I think that Raheem and Terry Fontenot know what's in front of them. I'm quite sure it has been communicated to them that next year's playoffs are bust. Yeah, I'm quite sure that's been communicated, and. We got to do what we got to do. But hey, fellas, I appreciate y'all joining me. Ladarius Brown and his band of renown. Tell these folks where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter and TikTok at Ladarius_Brown, Instagram Ladarius_Brown, writer editor for Beyond Women's Sports. I'll be coming out with previews for this weekend for the NFL Wild Card Weekend. So be on the lookout for those on all social media platforms. And thank you guys in the chat. Thank you guys here on this panel, including you, C-Dub. And all of you have a great rest of the day, and thank you for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Ronnie Thomas, tell these folks where they can find you, sir.
I'm not.
I knew it. I knew he was going to do it. All right. So you can find him on Talk Your Ish. That's one of them. You can find him on my channel. You can find him on C-Dub's channel. And there's another one that he posts in our chat.
And the Hemi brothers.
Yeah. And then there's one more.
The eye test on Wednesdays.
No, there's another one. There's another one, damn it. You posted from there this morning. In our chat. Damn it. Where is it? I got to find it. I'm sorry, Kim. I was frustrated because I can't remember anything.
See?
You posted from. Oh, I'm gonna find it, Ronnie Thomas.
Damn
it! Where did you post it from?
Let's see if Kojak can find it here.
I cannot. Whatever, man. Whatever.
Where's the lollipop?
Oh my goodness! Damn it! I cannot. Where did he post it from? This is so freaking frustrating because he posts everything every day. Jesus, Ron, where'd you post it from? Damn it. Okay, whatever.
What are you talking about?
There was another one that you did that you posted it from. It's another show you did. Oh my God.
The eye test, the bow gauge, the Pops and the Henry brothers.
Nope. It was another one.
Talk Your Ish.
No. I can't find it. Whatever. Okay. He's on a lot of shows, ladies and gentlemen. That's all you need to know. He's on a lot of shows.
But everybody, thank you to the fans. They'll be out. Y'all, we would not be doing this.
Yeah.
Like and share the show. Tell your friends. Tell your family members. Yeah.
There you go. Hey, man, for my ATL Sports 1 on YouTube, the number 4 my ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe. So I can be seen. I'm not quite like Ron, but I got a few shows I work on. I'm on One Time for the Fan. Just a few. A few is 3. A couple is 2. A few is 3.
You got like 30.
Well, okay, you gotta break it down like it's Sesame Street. Like we know numbers. Like, gee.
I know, but a few, like 3. I'm on.
You got like 30.
No, I'm not like you, Ron.
No, I think me and T Will are on at least like 2-3 shows.
Yeah, we're on 3 shows. So I'm on One Time for the Fan, which airs Sunday nights, 8 or 9 p.m. Wednesday night at 8. You said what?
You don't remember what time
No,
you be on this show?
I remember, but Jack changes time, so I don't know.
Oh no, Jack.
Oh wow, that we're doing that right. That's what we. Okay, Ron. Ron, you can't remember how many shows you're on. I can't believe you're messing with me right now.
For the record, I do this show, I do Bird Gang, and I do the wrestling show. That's all.
Go.
Listen, some might say that's some might say that's well done.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Okay. And as Carrie said, well done steaks are for losers. I'm gonna beat that drum all week. Okay. So anyway, and Carrie just joined this great show, guys. Carrie, great show as always.
Carrie.
Big up to the panel. See you all tonight at 8 p.m. with Out of Your Falcon Mind. And Carrie, just so you know, these guys love you way more than they love me. They love you way more than they do. I swear, if they would replace you with me in a New York minute. Like,
listen, we've been making some discussions and some phone calls.
Yeah, we tired of the Bobby Brown of the group.
Disrespect.
We're talking about how do we do a severance package? How do we go about all that?
Disrespect. I'm telling you, the disrespect is real.
When he called me Tito, and
oh my God,
yeah, he got to go.
Yeah, listen, severance packages have been discussed because his age is the biggest thing holding this up. So we're trying to find a deal. From a very
Jermaine.
Oh, well, I did not call you Jermaine. I never did that.
Let's get serious.
You told me one hit wonder.
It was a comparison to the Jacksons, and I never called you Tito.
Mr. Terry, please.
If anything, it was Jermaine. It was you were
wait,
Jermaine.
No, wait. This brings up a great question. So, T Will, if I was one of the Jacksons, which one would I be? And you better get it right, or that severance package. Listen, I'm on your side. I'm trying to give you a good deal.
Look. Oh man. Look. Okay. So,
bibbidi bop. What's the answer?
To me, if he's Jermaine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you got to be Randy. Randy was smooth. You know what I mean? Randy was like Michael. He was smooth, right?
No,
you got Randy. You got to be Randy. You're not Tito. You're not Tito. You're not Marlon. You know what I mean? Randy was smooth. Randy was cool. You know what I mean?
Listen, I'd rather be the other Randy Jackson for American Idol.
Oh wow!
That's a no for me. Just like he would
all the time. Hey, listen, babe. And what does he call people?
Hey, listen, that's a no. That's a no for me, dog. That's a no for me.
That's right. That's a no for me, dog. It is, dog. That's right, dog. That's a no for me, dog.
T Will severance package, man. How much money? That's a no for me, dog.
That's a no, dog. That's a no. That's a no. Anyway.
$50. That's a no for me, dog.
Whatever. Anyway, I can be found at One Time for the Fan at 9 or 8 or whatever Jack says. Wednesday nights at 8. Friday mornings at 9 a.m. Obviously, we do Beard Gang. Starting tomorrow, this show will be aired on C Double's channel, which is C Double, correct? Is that not in this channel, C Double? C Double.
Yes.
We will go from 10 a.m. probably until 11:30 or 12, whichever comes first, or whichever we feel like doing. Whatever. Typically,
11:30 comes before 12. Fun fact.
There you go. There you go. Look at you. There you go.
Don't listen. That condescending stuff.
That was condescending. You're right. You got me.
Yeah. No. I know I'm right.
I was messing with you. I was messing with you.
Yeah, you messing with your
I did one more
too.
shout out. Shout out to my wife, my best friend, the half of me. Shout out to my wife for dealing with my crazy ass all year about this.
Yeah. Shout out to Miss April Thomas. We love you, Miss April Thomas. Shout out to you. So yeah, I can be found on One Time for the Fan. I can be found on Bird Gang, Bird Gang, which is this group with mine. Obviously C-Dub's not here. We wish him well with moving his son, and hopefully he stretched.
Right.
Don't care what anybody says. He's probably going to be lifting something. What up, Nando? I see you sneaking in here. How you doing?
Like Terry.
Well, hey, look, I'm not moving anyway, bro. I'm not moving. So whatever.
I talk about
for the record, before we go,
I'm hiring somebody. I'm not moving. Shit.
I want to make a thank you. Thank you to my future wife out there who may be listening. This is what I work with. This is what so this is what I'll be dealing with.
Oh wow. Oh wow!
As the only bachelor on the whole panel, that's my future wife. This is what I'll be dealing with.
Oh wow!
No.
Oh wow! Hello, future wife. Hello, Ladarius's future wife. Yeah, look, we're gonna invite you in the family because you're gonna have to deal with this anyway. So welcome. Last but not least, I'm on this channel, 4MYATLSPORTS1, the number 4MYATLSports, the number 1 on YouTube. Please like, share, subscribe. As a matter of fact, please like, share, subscribe to all of these shows that we've just displayed before you. Again, the algorithm is an important thing. It's how we do business, how we're able to come in front of you. So please, again, like, share, and subscribe to all of the channels, as well as 4MYATLSports1 on YouTube. All right. Now, and we're there. So we have 2 shows here. That's Monday morning, Wednesday morning. I have a partnership starting with Debo Vibes, where I will be doing Braves, Falcons, and Hawks probably Tuesday morning and Friday morning. That's still out there. But there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Love working with these guys. Even though they don't love me back, it's okay. I love them anyway. And you guys be great. Oh, wait a minute. Carrie has something else. So Nando, what's good? T-Will and crew. What up, Nando? Chris Linson made the annual Players All-Pro team. So it was. It was. It was well deserved. All right. Well, guys, we will see you tomorrow from C-Dub's channel, and enjoyed it. Thank you to everyone who joined us. You did not have to. You could have spent your time anywhere in the world. You chose to spend it with us. We appreciate that. That is not lost on us. We thank you, and we do this for you, because of you, and we just appreciate you, and we love our Atlanta Falcons. Last but not least, I got to thank God for this opportunity, because without him, I would not be here. Got to thank him every day, every minute of the day. God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. And last but not least, I got to thank Mr. Jack Spade and my brother, Mr. Eric Parker, for giving me a start in this business. You guys have an amazing day. We will see you tomorrow. And for those of you who are aware of Out of Your Falcon Mind, unfortunately, they are leaving us. They will no longer be podcasting. Tonight is their last show. So please tune in, as they have really been a great team. They are outstanding. I've enjoyed all of their programming. I love John and Mike. They are just awesome. And we would be remiss if we didn't bring that up. And hey, man, this show's for you, dedicated to you. Out of Your Falcon Mind, signing off. Rise up. Go Falcons. Thanks, everybody.